Good morning. How you doing? I was thinking about years ago in high school, they used to have study hall, and of course, this was in the library. And back then, you couldn't chew chewing gum, you couldn't talk in the library, not loudly. I guess you could whisper or whatever. You go in there for study hall. You're supposed to be quiet and pay attention and do what you're supposed to be doing. Anyway, I remember one time we were in there, sitting at a table, and we were, I think we were in the eighth grade. Back then, that's interesting too, because back then, Mr. Mayer, who was the principal of the school, decided that the boys and the girls were getting of the age where they sort of recognized they didn't hate each other. Well, so what he did in the seventh grade, he put all the boys in one class, all the girls in another. Well, I was in the eighth grade at that time. All the boys in one class, all the girls in another. I'm not sure, how that worked out, but Mr. Mayer, in his astute wisdom, I guess he thought, was going to, prevent teen pregnancies. Anyway, back to the study hall there. We were sitting there, and we were kicking each other under the table. Well, Miss Mayer, his wife, came up. She was a very, very proper lady. She came up and said, "Now, what are you boys doing?" And we were, not behaving as we were supposed to be behaving. "Well, right now, you boys go to the office." So down we go to the office. Walked in the office. Church secretary says, What are you boys doing here?" Well, Miss Mayer sent us down here to see Mr. Mayer. "What about?" "Well, it seems that we were misbehaving." "Oh, well, sit down and wait. Mr. Mayer will be out here in a minute." Whatever. So, after a while, Mr. Mayer comes in here. "Y'all come in office. What are you boys doing here?" Well, we were not behaving. I guess we were kicking each other under the table. Just, playing. Not aggressively, just acting up. Well, anyway, when he did, I think it was me and two or three other guys. So anyway, he went to what back then they called the permanent record. Now, the permanent record, I don't know whatever happens to the permanent record. I don't know if it stays with you whenever you die. Do they somehow retrieve this permanent record and put it in the casket with you and say, you're right there and the permanent record's right there. So when you die and, go to heaven, and so the Lord's going to look at that and say, aha, permanent record. You were a bad boy in high school. Well, anyway, Mr. Mayer got out the permanent record. Goes down to the thing. And it's just his glasses. Anyway, comes to me. "Don," couldn't say my name. Don. "Don, looks like you busted math. You busted whatever." So, anyway, yes, sir. I mean, I was not a, scholar in school. Matter of fact, had it not been for summer school, I would probably have been in high school right now. But anyway, that's interesting too, because what happened was with the high school, they made it, when I got out, they made it permanent, a junior high school. So anyway, that might tell you right there something about my degree of intelligence. Anyway, when he did, he had a, I don't know where this paddle came from. That's back when child abuse was still legal, and they can, corporal punishment, whatever, in school, they could, give you a whipping. Well, anyway, he got out this paddle, and this thing, I don't know, it must have been aerodynamically designed or something to inflict the most pain. So he got that out, put it on one side of the desk, and then he had a razor strap on the other side, and he got that out, and it had holes in it. And I thought, man, that would be painful. So anyway, I think that might have been my first lesson in negotiation. So Mr. Mayor said, "Dog, which one did you want?" I said, "Oh, Mr. Mayor, I don't want any one of them. That's fine. Nah." So anyway, I was, standing there rather nervous. And so he didn't give us a whipping. I thought we were going to get a bad whipping. And I knew when I got a whipping there, when I got home, I was going to have another whipping there waiting for me. So anyway, we escaped that. And I guess that was my first time ever to learn about negotiation. They'll think of I think he was going to use that alternate of choice technique where, which do you prefer? Well, I didn't prefer either one of them. So anyway, we didn't get a whipping that day. But we went back to the library, and so it's about time for the next class. And so anyway, we escaped that degree of punishment that day. But I still wonder about the permanent record. I don't know if they still have that. I don't know. Back then they didn't have computers and things like that, so I don't know how they. It was in paper form back then. So I don't know. Maybe they put it in some sort of climate controlled environment or something like that. And maybe it's still out there. I don't know. So I just don't know whatever happened to the permanent record. Maybe y'all know. So if you do, let me know. And I'd be happy to know, about the thing. I know I got transcripts from high school. And also when I went to college, I had to have a high school transcript. Of course, when I graduated from college, have that transcript too. But nothing about the permanent record. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure of Odyssey today. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, just something that I thought about in when I was in high school. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I hope you like and subscribe. So anyway, hope you have a great day, and maybe you could retrieve your permanent record someday. I don't know.